And like, you'll have a lot of people, when you bring up these valid complaints about the game, they just say, well, you're a hater. You're a hater, doom and gloom hater. And now you're making a video, you hater. I thought you were different, Alninio. I thought you were positive. Listen, man, I'm tired of trying to be positive for this game. Like, right now, we're in deep shit. The graph is going down, brother. The graph for Dawntrail, the player base, it's going down. That's bad. For a live service game, that's bad. Stop defending mediocre shit. It's time to care about the game, okay? You need to care about the game. The people that think the game is perfect do not actually care for the future of this game. The people that do complain, they actually give a shit, okay? That's how it is. That is how it is. And I hold true to that opinion 100%. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. I hope the volume is good for the music. Not too loud, you know? Alright. Here we go. Should I put it like a G-pose? Actually, we'll just scroll lock. We'll make it like full screen, and we'll talk about each change. If people tune in on the stream, by the way, and ask what he's talking about or whatever, I'm not gonna like hover over and explain. I'll just keep talking because this is gonna be a video anyway. So if you did miss it, if you just tune in the stream, like halfway through my rant, you can look back in the YouTube video. You'll have everything. Okay. All right, let's do it. All right, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the problems with Final Fantasy XIV, okay? And how to fix them. I'm not just going to complain about stuff. I'm actually going to tell you how to fix it. The correct approach. At this point with the game, I feel like after seeing these patches, after seeing what the game's journey is going through, I feel like it's time to speak up, you know? I feel like it's the proper time to speak up. I've been kind of quiet. I've been kind of holding back. Not going to lie, I've been holding back. But I think now, after reading up on 7.3, reading the patch notes, not the patch notes, sorry, the live letter, I am just disappointed, okay? Even more disappointed that we're not getting an ultimate. But let's go over step by step with the problems with FF14. We'll start with job balance and the feedback from community, right? This is actually a major one. We'll talk first about jobs identity, okay? The most important part about this game are the jobs, the gameplay, okay? And I'm gonna feature a few options here. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna feature a few jobs, okay? We'll talk about Samurai. Samurai, many moons ago, had chitin. They chose to remove chitin. Who asked for chitin removal? Nobody. Are they bringing it back? Nope. Despite player complaints, they are not bringing back chitin. In fact, it is not happening at all. There's not even any hints of it happening. Chitin is gone. Gone. Poof. And just to show you guys in game, I did play Samurai. I'm not just saying this. I'm not just speaking for Samurai players. I have Hisatsu Chitin in my hotbar since it got nerfed. You know why? Because it was that good. It gave you cool ways of kinky management. It was fun. Every Samurai player complained about its removal. It had a cool animation. It was awesome. Now it's just press Shinten and a dash. You have to press a dash. It's part of your rotation. That feels bad. I like using dashes to gap close, not to deal damage. So now, with your opener, you literally use a dash. Before, it was chitin and Shintens. It made sense. It was beautiful. So that's gone. That is gone. Pictomancer. Oh boy, Pictomancer. They chose not to nerf Pictomancer for pretty much over half a year. Right? For over half a year. It went through the first rate tier. It went through FRU. It went through all that content with players constantly complaining about Pictomancer. No nerf. Kept it the same state. Kept it overpowered. And then finally they decided to nerf it in the next Savage tier, which is crazy to me. This shouldn't happen on any level. This is a case where Pictomancer's existence alone overshadowed every other caster, and that's not okay. If you overshadow every other caster, you royally fucked up. Like, royally. Black Mage, Summoner, Red Mage, nobody played those jobs. Every one of those guys that made those jobs, they moved over to Picto. It's over. Bye-bye. Kiss of goodbye. You're not playing those casters, brother. It's gone. Pictomancer is the new world order, okay? Every caster played Picto. Not good. So that's kind of the situation that happened with Picto. They finally decided to nerf it, but it, you know, the damage has already been done. FRU could have been insane if we didn't have Pictomancer in the DPS check. It was already insane. So, yeah, now that Pictomancer got basically nerfed, now people can play other stuff. It's crazy how doing one simple change, one nerf, can actually be healthy for the game. But yeah, there it is. But yeah, Pictomancer pretty much was role locked in FRU. So if you enjoyed other casters, there's no room for you to play them in FRU. No one would accept you. Everyone wanted a Pictomancer. It was that bad, okay? Next up, I'll talk about Machinist, okay? Machinist. Oh boy, don't we love talking about Machinist? Oh boy, they just refuse to give Machinist a proper identity, okay? It's a selfish DPS, but low DPS compared to other selfish DPS. So you can just choose to make it selfish by upping the damage numbers or make it a support Fizz ranged like every other Fizz ranged, okay? Multiple expansions. This isn't just a Dawntrail thing, chat. We're talking multiple expansions. Saren, the Machinist GOAT himself. How many times did he have to crash out on his stream ranting about the poor decisions that FFXIV makes for his job? They constantly fuck up. They constantly make errors. They don't know what they're doing with the job. It's a joke. There's an easy solution to this. Just talk to Machinist players. Why can't they just speak to the Machinist players, tell them what are good, meaningful changes? This is a major thing when it comes to this. Engage with your community. Saren is going to lose his mind. Imagine next expansion and Machinist is still in its state. He's going to lose his mind. He's going to lose his mind. In fact, he lost his mind 4 months ago when this dog shit patch released. Let me show you guys. Here it is. Can you just look at the despair on this man? How can you do this to him, Square Enix? How can you do this to him? What the hell are you guys doing? You know, I feel like Fizz range players are just depressed. They're depressed because their role is just, God, man. Especially Machinist players. This is a joke. Spread shot nerfed by 30 potency? Scattergun nerfed by 20? Why are we nerfing Machinist? It needs damage. And they're like, oh, well, it's okay. We're going to have these extra changes where you do more surrounding damage or something. And you got Saren here looking real sad. Just hear him out. I have to lower the audio, okay? Warning alert. Hi. Exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I know, right, bro? They gotta stop it. What are they doing? They should play their game. He's exactly right. They should talk to you too.
Fucking stupid and useless at your fucking jobs.
Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing, Saren.
Fucking fire all of them.
Yeah, because they're fucking stupid, brother. Hey, I hear you, brother. And how can we not, like, how can we not be sad when Machinist players have to go through this? They go through this. They experience the worst changes possible for their job. Multiple expansions. This type of shit should be illegal. They need to start listening to players when it comes to job balance. They have, okay, straight up, they don't know what they're doing. When it comes to job balance, they have no idea what they're doing. For job balance to work in this game, they need to play their own games, like he said, and they need to speak with the players that have a ton of experience on those jobs. There's nothing wrong with that. Chat, there's a lot of world first racers that main specific jobs. You could try to at least have some conversation with them. I think they wouldn't mind. They wouldn't mind if Square Enix approaches them and speak with them. Absolutely. They would love to see this game improve. In fact, I feel like they are the most players that care about this game when it comes to job balance. They're the most people that care. So there's nothing wrong with that. Listen to the players. Listen to the people that have mastery on those champions. All right? You're only gonna think what is good for players and then royally fuck up and then be like, oh, surprise Pikachu face, we actually made the wrong changes for the balance jobs. Oh no! Well, maybe if you used your brain a little bit, the job could have been insane. It could have been very good. So, TLDR, with Machinist, they need to focus on what they want to do with the job. Speak with players like Saren. Speak with him. Talk to him. Really. Speak with him and tell him, what would you like us to do with Machinist? And I guarantee you, he would have the perfect answer. He is the most experienced Machinist that I know. And in fact, there's many others that are very good. They could speak to multiple and see what they think. I don't think it's bad at all. They should do that for the next expansion. Are they gonna do it? That's another question entirely. Okay, Summoner. We'll talk about Summoner. I'll tell you what happened. Some random little Lalafell run over. He ran over, talked to a Square Enix developer and said, you know what, man? Summoner's just so hard, man. I gotta keep track of the dot and shit. Like, it's just a lot of work. Can we please make Summoner reworked? Can we make it simple? And motherfucker, that's exactly what they did. Holy shit. You can probably macro one hotkey on the job right now and play the game. Macro my #1 key and just mash #1. Extremely innovative gameplay right there. What were they thinking? Honestly, I feel so bad for Summoner mains. They had to go through the Endwalker rework, which was extremely simplified. No one asked for these changes, first of all. And this is the thing. They keep making changes that people didn't ask for just in order to make jobs accessible. Which leads me to my next point. Oh, yes. My next point, chat. Their refusal to listen to the community and make the meaningful changes for the jobs is directly hurting the game. Because there needs to be complex jobs and there needs to be easy jobs. There needs to be a balance, okay? Not every job, here's the thing. Not every job is meant for you. All you gotta do, right? All you gotta do. Have the complex jobs, have the mid-core jobs, and have the easy jobs. This way players can choose. Do I want to play the hard job? Yo, thanks so much for the sub, by the way, bro, for the 8 months. Thank you very much. So this way that people have options to grind a complex job, master it to its fullest. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If a job is for everyone, it's for no one. Okay? Not even a question. Because then not only do they lose their identity for being a complex job, but you're making it so simple because you want more players to play it. But then it's like, oh, well, what made that job so cool was the fact that it was complex. And Black Mage fits into that category, and so does Summoner. They made Black Mage easier. They made Summoner way easier. Wasn't it so cool to just see some cool Black Mages do the craziest things and like keep up their Enochian and everything? It was wonderful, wasn't it? And like you could really respect those players because we're talking like some serious, amazing Black Mage players and the way they play around the fight. I love it. I love it so much when I watch them play like this. Well, now it's much more simpler. So it's sad. Now here's my question. Who asked for those Black Mage changes? Ladies and gentlemen, who asked for those changes? Motherfucking no one. Motherfucking no one. And that's my point. That's my point. Shoulda listened. Shoulda listened. All right. So that pretty much lines up for a job identity. Let's see. We talked about the job's identity. There's probably more other jobs I can mention, but I kind of picked the ones that are the most ones I wanted to talk about, like Samurai Kaiten, Pictomancer, Machinist, Summoner, Black Mage. Those are the big ones. I'm sure there are multiple others, like Dark Knight is probably one of them as well. But yeah, just wanted to put the main ones out there because those are the ones I know most about, right? Throughout the history of FF14. But yeah, speak with good players that main those jobs. Talk to them what changes should happen. Riot Games does this. I'm going to now show you an example that this isn't something that's crazy innovative for a dev team to do. There is a video for League of Legends This man is a, he's a really good Shen player. He's like top tier Shen. This is a character in a game, right? So why am I bringing this example here? Because in this video, 14 minutes long, he talks about what he wants for Shen. How to make Shen a better character to play. Because he's overpowered right now. He talks about everything. Guess what? Riot Games. Freak. In charge of balancing. He said, understood. Buffing E damage, nerfing Q damage. Instantly, there was a response, there was action, boom, done. That means that it is not too far-fetched to say that they can easily do this. They can easily do this. They can easily listen to the community. If they just see these people talking and complaining about the game, just see and talk with us. Talk with us. Let us know what's going on. Be more transparent. I swear to you, it's going to go a long way for this game if they do this. You also have someone like Beluga Whale from Riot Games. He talks with Katarina Mains, by the way, on how to approach balancing of characters. Okay? So that's it. They don't listen to the right people when it comes to feedback, right? Just engage in conversation with them because they have experience. It only makes sense. That's pretty much it for the jobs, I think. Did I miss anything major? Yeah. Essentially, stop simplifying jobs for accessibility. Some jobs are meant to be complex and not meant for everyone. That's about it. All right, next up, chat. Next up, quality of life. Quality of life. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Does Final Fantasy XIV need quality of life? This is going to be our next category, next topic. Okay. Point one. One of the quality of lives I want to add. Ignoring the community when it comes to expanding the glamour dresser. Which means you make every glam in the game previewable. Guild Wars 2 did it. World of Warcraft did it. So just do it. It's pretty much that simple. Make it so you don't have to always buy from the trading post every time you want to dye a glam. Just have it be saved in your glamour dresser. Done. Boom. Saved. Done. Don't have to constantly buy shit. People have been asking that for years. They still haven't done it. Next up is the friendless system. That thing loads up like Windows XP, let me tell you. Just make it Windows 11. It's time for an upgrade, right? Shit's outdated. The game's starting to show its age. You see what I'm saying? Why do we only have 200 friends cap after many complaints to make it bigger size? How about, maybe a notification for people who log in? That's also something that could be added. Just modernize the game, all right? This shouldn't be in the state that it's in after the game's been around for that long. It's time to modernize. And I'm not just talking modernize the game, like modernize the website, modernize the MOG station. Modernize the game, brother. It should be done. It's going to be polished, it's going to feel nice, and I guarantee you players will notice that because they notice everything with this game. Chat bubbles, well, we can't complain about that because it's finally being added after years and years of crying and complaining. They finally decided it's a miracle, guys, so we can now celebrate and clap together. Everybody dance and clap. It's finally happened. We're getting chat bubbles. And even when it's getting added, it's not going to be added by default. They will be turning it off by default, so you have to go to the settings and then turn it on because for some reason they are so against chat bubbles that it's turned off by default and you have to enable it manually. God, they're just so against it for some reason. All right, so there's that. Next one, I would say, new rate plan in-game on 7.3 release should not be under consideration when it comes to sharing with others in Party Finder. So as you guys know, the current raid planner we use, chat, for, raids in FF14. We have a raid planner. You link the raid plan in party chat, people go. So they're adding that version inside the game, but for some reason, they are considering the idea that these raid plans in-game, player-made, they are under consideration to share it with others in PF. It's not about under consideration. You need to make it 100%. You need to make it so that it is shared by default. It's not even a question. What's the point of a rate plan if you can't share it with people? That's dumb. Share it with people, make it editable, all that good stuff. Not even a question. Next up, I would say, is the die system. Yeah, I think we already talked about the die system. But yeah, essentially make it like Guild Wars 2. Make it just permanently safe. I know they're not going to do that because everyone's been complaining about it for years, but here I am again complaining about it. Okay, share PF with other data centers in your region. I think every one of you would love this. If you're on Chaos, you want to raid with people in Light without having to swap DCs. People in Chaos already moved to Light anyway to raid, so just make it cross DC PF. I don't know if it, like, I don't know what's the spaghetti code that's preventing them from doing this, but it should be done. And I think no one will complain about this. It will be good. There will be no one complaining about this. Yeah, PF this thing is in the game already. Yeah, it should be. Imagine how good it would be if you just don't have to constantly swap every time. Just have it be in one place. It's great. You don't have to move. But yeah, cross-region travel would be nice. Moving from EU to NA and back to EU would be nice. The technology exists. We know it can work because you can go to EU from Oceania and Oceania to EU. It does work. I think what they're worried about is people are just going to camp in NA or something. They're just going to sit there and never go back to EU. So we'll see about that. I don't know. And lastly, for quality of life, I would say better housing. A better housing system is needed. Make it something like, I mean, Guild Wars 2 has Janther Wild's housing, which I think is good. World of Warcraft's housing shat all over FFXIV housing. The thing about FFXIV housing is you need to constantly pay money to make sure the house is up and that it doesn't get overtaken or something, or doesn't explode. So I think that's really just shitty. It's so shitty, to be honest. It is so shitty. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, next up, story. Bro, why you guys keep asking me if I'm gonna play League? Chat, I'm in the middle of making a video. Shut your asses up, bruh. Alright, let me record my shit. We'll talk after, I promise. Alright, chat, story. Next up is story. Holy shit. Is the story ass. Dog fart piss. So bad. Let me show you guys. Tell me something, guys. I'm gonna show you a clip from the MSQ from my stream playthrough, and you guys tell me if this is some epic, badass, cool shit. I'm gonna pause the music for this. All right, here we go. Get locked in. We're about to see some hype, MSQ quality content. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be absolute cinema. Let's see here. So this is my playthrough of 7.1 MSQ, right? You think after the disaster of 7.0 launch, maybe it gets better. Oh no, brother, it gets kind of worse. So there's one scene here that I'm gonna point out, because this type of scene is so worthless waste of time, and it added nothing to the story, nothing meaningful. So here is, let me get to the cutscene. You guys tell me, this is some epic shit or no?
Shit.
Oh shit!
It's a nice T-Rex.
And I'm yawning the whole time because this shit's boring as fuck.
That must be it, right?
So the dinosaur's coming in. He's coming in hot. Oh no. Oh no. Scary dinosaur, big monster. It's not like we're the Warrior of Light or anything. We've tackled gods. Oh shit, here he comes. And he's about to kill this animal. The main character is the animal, guys. We must save the animal. I'm gonna just let this play, bro. Bro is pulling out the gun. Bang, bang, motherfucker. Bang, 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 motherfucker. I'm about to protect this animal. Bitch. Let me hold my gun up, because that's gonna be very effective. What the fuck? He broke his glasses. Damn. He lost all that aura. His aura's gone after those glasses broke. Holy shit. Look, he's like, fucked. He's like, yeah, bro. I took that shit, bro. I'm a fucking G with that shit. His glasses.
Should it cost me my life?
Even if it cost me his life.
I will save the Hetzo.
And I could do nothing but laugh at the stupid ass cutscene. What is going on? Oh yeah, epic Wooklamat slice. This is all over some stupid T-Rex. It added nothing meaningful to the story whatsoever. Get his ass.
Are you all right?
So yeah, my point is, Shadowbringers and Endwalker shit all over this. All over this. I felt like the cutscenes in Shadowbringers and Endwalker felt more meaningful. They had more impact. They felt there was a lot of emotion. There was a lot of progression with the story. Man, it is not even a question. And people will tell you like, oh, well, you know, it's Dawntrail's first expansion. Give it some time. Like, here's the thing. You can have something new, but not be shit. I think that's fair. You can make a fresh story and not be shit. Unfortunately, it was the opposite of good. It was shit. That's it. Pretty much. Yeah, that's what I really think. I think people are just like really on cope trying to defend Dawntrail's story, right? They're always on defense trying to say like, man, just give it time, it'll be fine. Wooklamat's not bad. Bro, she is bad. Okay, can we just stop? I feel like people that say Wooklamat is a good character, they're just so disingenuous. Are we really gonna compare her with Emmett Selk, who was, by the way, introduced? Like what? We know more about him in Shadowbringers, right? He had perfect introduction, perfect flow, great character. Zero was introduced as a first character in Endwalker 6.1. Brilliant character. Brilliant character. First time released. First time character showing us. First character showcase. New character. She was great. You can have a new character and it can be good. Which means you can have a new story and it be good. They just chose not to make it good. That's it. I would say, I'll be generous. The last half-ish of Dawntrail's story, 7.0, was not too bad. But the rest was complete ass. You got the cooking, the whatever, the trials of the whatever. Baku Jaja going fucking stupido mode. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go free Valley Garmanda. That's a good idea. I'm just gonna free it and just be the biggest dick of all time. And then later on, I'll just cry. I'll just cry later and say, like, please feel bad for me. All these baby eggs died. That pissed me off, man. Like, I get the idea. They should have just made it so Baku Jaja actually challenges Valley Garmanda and fails because he has big ego. It fits his character. He has this big ego, right? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go challenge Valley Garmanda. I'm gonna 1v1 it. And then he flops. He absolutely ints, runs it down mid lane, griefs giga hard, and realizes, damn, I fucked up. That would have been a much better character arc for him than just him going full evil mode and releasing Valley Garmanda to cause chaos. I'm sorry, but like, what? What was even going on with that? What happened? So yeah. TLDR, bring back Ishikawa if you want to say the story at this point. I'm gonna be fucking serious. Like, not gonna lie. Just bring back Ishikawa. Ishikawa was a legend. Greatest storyteller. She actually understood how to make a proper good story with a good narrative. She was the best. Are we gonna have another Ishikawa for Final Fantasy XIV? I don't know. Who knows? But Ishikawa was glorious. The best story in this game was Shadowbringers and Endwalker. They were fantastic storylines. And I promise you, if we have the same style of writing as her, it would have been perfect. Dawntrail had that, like, this happy tone with the game. They had such a happy tone. And I feel like with Endwalker and Shadowbringers, it felt very mature. Heaven's Ward even felt very mature. Even Stormblood with Yotsu. Dude, Yotsu's whole story arc was so depressing, actually. Like, she was like, her parents didn't love her. She was constantly like, dude, some crazy shit happened in her story. Like, shocking, mature shit. Mature levels of, like, depth to that character. I was shocked when I played that part with Yotsu. It was so unbelievably good. I felt none of that in Dawntrail. None of that. And I think, by the way, some people will say it's unfair to compare Dawntrail's story to the previous expansions. I feel like it is completely fair. I'm going to be honest. Because here's the thing. When you progress the game's story, people will now have a set expectation that Final Fantasy XIV has good story. It has good storytelling. It has good writing. It is expected. It's what keeps this game alive. Good story, which leads to good world building, which leads to people caring more about the game. Because, you know, when the story is good in this game, everything is fine. For the most part. The story is a big part. That you have to nail the story. And I'm someone that enjoys story, okay? I'm going to be honest. I'm someone that loves the story of this game. Yeah, it's going to finish at 7.3. So maybe from there we'll go to Mirror City or something. I would really like to go to Mirror City, actually. I think that'll be very good for the game. It's just... Dawntrail was just too bubbly and happy that it felt so out of place from what I like about FF14, which is mature, dark storytelling that makes me want to cry, okay? And I'm not going to lie, Shadowbringers and Endwalker, a lot of the cutscenes were genuinely very emotional, very well written, very good. So that's the story, okay? And they should be not afraid to take risks with the Scions. Don't take risks. It's okay to kill off a character. Alright? It's okay. Guild Wars 2 did it. World of Warcraft did it. They kill off great characters. It adds a lot of emotion if you make it right. Unless you make it like Joel from The Last of Us 2 or something. God, that was fucking embarrassing. Let's not talk about that. That was kind of ass. But we're talking like good character. Like someone dying for honor. Protecting the ones he loves. That cool shit. Dude, I would cry about. Like, my boy Estinine, my boy Estinine, he comes in hot, defends the Scions, stands tall with a spear. My lance is far greater than any foe. And then he charges in Big B mode, and then looks back at his friends one last time. It's been an honor, friends. And then he's gonna be like, I finally know what it means to have friends. Because, you know, he's kind of a loner, right? He's like a loner character. I don't know. I'm just cooking something right now, okay? Like, he sacrifices himself for the greater good. And it was so sad. And it's so cinema. It would literally make such a brilliant moment. And I would literally cry about that. Like, literally. Because he's a hero. He's a fucking hero. And he'll like, go down in history as a hero. So I really would like to see that. Not to say that I want them to kill off Estinian or anything, but I'm just saying, like, it would be very impactful. They need to take big risks like that. There's no downside in it. Stop trying to make everything positive. Stop trying to, like, do the same predictable type of storyline. Oh, no, this character is in danger. Well, actually, he's not really in danger because he's the main character. I mean, fuck me, man. Just fucking kill them all. Fuck it. Like, make it cinematic. Sorry, but I feel like, you know, I don't know if I'm just like edgy for thinking this, but I really think if they make it well written, it will be one of the most impactful storylines of an expansion. Literally. Yeah, don't save Vokalamat. Fuck that shit. Like, save the OGs, you know? Save the Scions. Or like Yugiri comes back, right? She goes, Scions, it's my time to protect you. Okay, wait. I actually have a cinema scene. Okay. The Scions are about to die in a most gruesome act. There's a giant demon about to kill them all with one slap. And then Yugiri jumps out of nowhere from the shadows, uses her forbidden Mudra powers, blocks the demon attack, whoosh, whoosh, blocks the projectiles, reflects it back at the boss. And everyone's like, shocked, Yugiri? And then she turns around. It's my turn to protect you. And then she does some cool shit. Oh my god, that will be fucking cinema. Like, just, please. I want to have cool, epic moments like that, alright? Just do it. I know they can do it. Make it happen. This game has so much potential for awesome moments, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it for the story. I don't think I have anything else to add. I think I rambled on a bit too much about the story right there. But I feel like I talked about everything I want to talk about. Absolutely. Okay. Other complaints I would say is Final Fantasy XIV store. This is going to be like miscellaneous complaints, I guess, if you want to call it that. FFXIV store. They released 2 glams recently. It's the same glam with a different color, and it costs 20 motherfucking euros. Holy shit! They must be real desperate now. It's not even account-wide, by the way. It's character. So if you want another character, you gotta buy another character. All for a different color. You can't even, like... You could have just dyed it or something. But nah, you know what? We'll just make the same one. Look, the FF14 store, I have so many problems with it, okay? The... Making the hairstyles there as well. You could have just made them in the game some way. You could have made it obtainable in the game. Instead, you put it in the store, and then like that one hairstyle people have been begging for and really wanting. Instead of finding a way to obtain it in the game, they just made it in FF14 store. Yeah, it's not even a good outfit. Like, I literally don't know what they were thinking. It just looks like some artifact crafter gear or something. Like, honestly, it looks so bad. So that's kind of what's been going down right now. In fact, let me see if I can pull this up right now. FFXIV store. And if we see here, I'm pretty sure it shows up at the top. And it sure does. Oh my god. And no, the greatest thing is about this, they selling the gloves and the hat separately. What the hell are we doing? Why? Why did you just make it a whole set in itself? So just to get this right, you have to pay 11.16 euros here and 11.16 euros here and then 3.6. So basically 20 plus euros if you want to have like all of it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like at this point, what the fuck are we doing? Brother, please. This is not it. So yeah, that's another big thing that's been pissing me off, just like with the direction of the game and where they're heading to, okay? What are they doing with that? Yeah, the FFXIV store in itself is good. I like it. But a lot of the things they add in there is really stupid. And like not even good stuff. Like really just not good stuff. I would rather just have things obtainable in the game, to be honest, one way or another. Because you want people to keep playing your game. That's what you want right now. Next thing I'll talk about is Occult Crescent. Something about the cost. I will say it's not Yoshipi's fault. It cannot be only one person's fault when it comes to this. It's Square Enix's fault, most likely. The thing about Occult Crescent, it had to be perfect on release, right? You cannot mess up Occult Crescent on release. You cannot. It is the most anticipated content in Dawntrail. The most content that people want to play. The one that had such high anticipation because Bozja was so long ago. And god damn it, they flopped. Fuck. They flopped it on day one of Occult Crescent. Tragedy. Absolute tragedy. And making a first impression of Occult Crescent is so important, by the way. So important. But they designed it in an odd way, unfortunately. I will say the one good thing, though, is the Phantom Jobs. I actually think the Phantom Jobs are better than the Bozja thing with the abilities and stuff. I think Phantom Jobs are good. I think they're good. Either way, Occult Crescent, I played it. Like, honestly, it's just personally not really my thing. I feel like it could have been better. I feel like I'm just running around doing the same fates over and over, doing the same thing over and over. It just... I got bored, okay? It's just not my thing. Maybe people love that type of thing, but for me, it's just not my thing. But yeah. Again, it's not Yoshipi's fault. There's just something going on with the cost, apparently. And they messed up. Yeah. But it's very important to have a good impression for that type of content, by the way, because having a good impression for that type of content is going to go a long way forward. People are just going to leave. People are not patient. When you release something, it has to be good day fucking one. Otherwise, people are going to move on. This applies to anything in life, right? There's always like the hype in the beginning of something, but then it falls off. Let's say like a release of a game, right? Like, let's say Witcher 3. Let's say Assassin's Creed Unity is a good one because that's actually what happened with ACU. ACU got released as a buggy mess. People found it annoying to play because of the bugs, FPS drops, bugs everywhere. On release. Mostly negative reviews on Steam. Boom. It ate shit. But then they fixed everything later. And it's not even the developer's fault. It's because the company, Ubisoft, wanted them to release the game fast. And this is what happens. This is what happens. You have to perfect it before releasing. You have to do perfect. Instead, that's not what happened. So yeah, AC Unity right now is considered as one of the best Assassin's Creed games. But it just had a shitty launch, so people had a negative perception of it. You see how it works? You release something, it has to be perfect on release. No bugs, no mess, has to be good. The same thing can be said about Occult Crescent. It had to be good on release. Another thing is lack of transparency. Not speaking with the community directly, not using social media platforms to speak with the FFXIV community. Talk with them about the changes. Talk to them and tell them, what can we improve? What can we do? They need to make feedback a priority, because I guarantee you this game would be a lot better if you guys could complain about the game and have meaningful changes happen. I guarantee you, everyone in chat right now wants this to happen. You want your voice to be heard, right? You want your voice, and what you say matters. When I play this game and when I complain about shit, it never seems to matter, because nothing gets done. No matter how much I complain about it, no matter how many videos I make, dude, look at this. Look at this. I made a video about chitin, the future of samurai. And I talked about it. Misshapen Chair made a video about chitin. 3 years ago, we were complaining about chitin. 1 year ago, check this out. Check this out, chat. 1 year ago, a man walked over in the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest carrying a sign. That is good. You know what that sign said? Probably trying to land their own character. Oh, that's the... Bring back chitin. Screaming, basically, to the whole community and to the developers to bring back their most beloved ability, chitin. Every samurai player loves this. Even this guy. This guy right here is pointing at the sign, okay? He's pointing at the sign. People want chitin. I'm going to make sure... Can you guys see this properly? Let me move my camera a bit so make sure you guys can actually see it. Here it is. It says, bring back chitin. Bring back chitin! Yeah! Here it is. Bring back chitin. The bring back is at the top, right there. Everybody's pointing, and you can hear the crowd. Everybody's cheering. Everyone's hyped for this. Everyone loves this.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
And I'm hyped.
Yes! Hard agree! Hard... Yo!
What a legend. What a fucking legend. He ran over with a poster saying, bring back chitin, and guess what? His voice was not heard. They did not give a shit. So you can tell me, they're not listening to feedback. They're just not reading Western people's feedback. This happened in the West. This happened with the people watching. The developers are watching this too. Surely, you'd think that there'd be at least some understanding of how many people want chitin back. Tragic. Absolute tragic. So this is what I mean. This is what the game... This is a clear indication that our voices are not heard. And I have a personal issue with that. And I've had for a while. And I'm just ranting about it now. It's absolutely despicable how we can be at this current state of the game and just not have our voices heard. It's annoying. It's bothersome. I feel like I'm screaming into a wall the entire time. Saren is screaming onto a wall the entire time. In fact, he's screaming and ranting about this all the time on his streams. Because Machinist... Yell it for me, brother. It's shit! Say it! They don't know what the fuck they're doing! It's shit!
Stop it!
I know! And he's right. So that's where we are now. Pretty much. That's the state we're in with the game. That's where we are. And they just refuse to listen. What else is there? Dawntrail isn't adding Criterion or Chaotic Raids in 7.3. 7.3 might actually be the worst patch in Final Fantasy XIV or in Dawntrail. What are we really going to have? Extreme, Deep Dungeon, which is you know, for the Deep Dungeon players, really. And some content here and there. The MSQ. What meaningful content do we have in 7.3? We don't have an ultimate in 7.3. And at that point, by the way, just so you guys know, when I heard there was no 7.3 ultimate, I lost so much hope. I lost so much hope. I was depressed. Genuinely, I was depressed from logging into this game. I log in and I just think, like, why did I log in? Like, why did I log in? My voice is not being heard. No one gives a shit about what I think. So all I'm going to do is just now put my foot down and rant about all the problems for probably like an hour. Have I been ranting for like an hour now? I've been ranting for probably an hour. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's tragic. When the FFXIV mobile game has changes that the PC game should have. No snapshotting, by the way. FFXIV mobile does not have snapshotting. If you dodge the mechanic, you dodge it. That's crazy. They would have to rework the entire engine for that. But I'm just saying, when a mobile game can do a better job on a PC, that's a problem. It feels like the game is just way too old now. It's starting to show its age, and they need to do something about it. That is pretty much it, chat. And everyone that's watching on YouTube. That is pretty much it. These are all my complaints that I have for the game. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about now for the YouTube video, now would be the best time. Or anything you want to add that I feel like I didn't mention yet in the video, feel free to add it in the chat. Feel free to voice your complaints. It will be on the YouTube video in that case. But yeah, I feel like I lined down everything. I think this video is probably like going to be an hour long or something. The game needs to die a second time. Realm Reborn 2. Just change the game again. Yes. I'm gonna be honest, they need to change the engine. I mean, I would like no snapshotting, but they would have to really go hard at that. But I feel like it would be good for the game. Would you guys have preferred the graphics update over quality of life updates or seeing the game improve? I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't care that much about the graphics, but they really hyped it up, right? They hyped up the graphics changes so much. And like showing, oh, look at the grass. Look at all this crazy new detail that we have in our game. It's so HD now. And I'm gonna be honest, I would have much rather had quality of life for the beginning of Dawntrail. I wanted that to be the highlight. Like every single thing I talked about today, every single thing, I would literally have wanted that instead of them focusing so hard on graphics updates and enhancing the graphics. Are spaghetti cards really a thing, or if it's a made-up excuse? I don't know. I don't know if they're being held back by the engine, kind of like how League of Legends is held back by their Riot Games client, or the League client rather. It took months to change Picto, only week to change Viper. Yeah. Not even months, like pretty much months, yeah, but let's just say over half a year for Pictomancer. And it was in its most unhealthy state imaginable. Another thing I would maybe say is gear is so useless, this expansion from Savage Biss. It's useless, that's true. It's useless in 7.3 because only Deep Dungeon and gear is also useless there. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing with the Biss, actually, now that I think about it. Like, I got this Biss. Okay, now what? There's no ultimate. And I guess you're using the Deep Dungeon, but like... I feel Brother really needs to step up the game, or else their Golden Goose will slowly but surely die. They need to expand on the team and make a new game code. I would love that. I would love a new game code for 8.0. We all know that won't ever happen. Like FF16 is made on the FF14 engine. Wait, it is? Really? They're too cheap to spend money on improving the engine for this game and yet keep on spending on stupid shit. Here's what I think happened. I think they were given a set amount of resources for the release of Dawntrail, but they used it poorly and not in the right places. Am I crazy to think that? Like, I feel like they spent it in the wrong areas. They focused so much on the graphics update. They focused so much on, like... And they made the story bad, to be honest. So, like, I don't know. Did they use those resources well? I would have much rather they use those resources to, like, do something great with it. And I feel like Square Enix should be literally pumping extra resources for this game. This is a live service game. Put everything into it. Make them like just modernize the game. We're at a state right now with Final Fantasy XIV where the game is starting to show its age. It's not good. It is not good. There's just a lot of things I want. And I just want to make it clear, chat. I'm saying all these things out of a place for love. Place for love for this game. Because I love this game. I really do. I feel like it's my home. I made awesome friends with it. I met awesome people with it through Party Finder, through Discord communities. I love this game, right? So I don't want people to think I'm just complaining and just dooming the game in every sense of the word. The reason I talk about this stuff and actually give solutions to these problems is because I really love this game and I want it to be the best game ever. But if they keep going down this route, it's gonna fucking flop. And I don't want to see this game flop because it's the game that I love. It's just that simple. All they have to do is listen, brother. What's this link right here? I'll check this out. It always did. The thing is that there was the excuse MSQ being so good, and now it isn't anymore. Yes, MSQ is the most vital part of FF14, and unfortunately, Dawntrail didn't deliver on that. Let's see. What is this? What is this post right here? Oh boy, let's look at this. Oh wow, look at this. This was from years ago. 3 easy steps to failure. This was in their FF14, in their FF14 FanFest or something from many years ago. 3 easy steps to failure. An unhealthy obsession with graphic quality. There is no way. A surprising lack of MMORPG knowledge amongst development team members. Oh my god. Isn't that crazy? The mindset that the solution to every problem could be patched in a future update. That is crazy. Wow. Every single one of these is literally what FF14 is going through right now. And they're the ones that set this PowerPoint many years ago. That is remarkable. Yoshi P presentation. Well, then they gotta listen to Yoshi P. Like, I honestly think Yoshi P has the right idea in what he wants, like the goals for the game. I don't know, man. Like this is all good right here. They should look back at this. Is he the one that green flagged the graphic quality and all this stuff? I don't know. It's hard to say like one person's to blame, but I think they should have chosen a different direction with this specifically. It's not good. What we have learned. Ah, would you look at that? Never forget the fans. Without them, there would be no us. Well fucking said. If only that was true. Holy shit. Fun comes first. If it isn't fun, you're doing it wrong. 3. Never back down. Always aim to amaze. Don't forget your roots. It's what fans crave. Wow. Wow. Imagine if Final Fantasy XIV was like this. If they just stuck to their original values that they set, this would have been... FF14 would have been fine right now. In fact, I think FF14 would have been the top MMO. It is still a top 3 MMO, but it is significantly going down in the graph. The player numbers are dwindling. Not good. Bad stuff. So yeah, they basically need to lock in and get their shit together. Otherwise, we're doomed forever. But yeah, I think that's all my complaints about Final Fantasy XIV, chat. I think we got every single point. I don't think I missed out on anything. So I think from here, we pause the YouTube video. For all you guys over at YouTube, thank you all so much for watching. We talked about all the things I would love to add for this game. Again, this is coming from a good place, like it's coming from my heart because I love this game. And I thought it was time to talk about it one-to-one. Thank you also, chat, for adding in your comments. I feel like it's good to have like a back and forth chat with the, just to have a back and forth chat with the chat. To actually have everyone's thoughts on this. And it seems like for the most part, a lot of you guys feel the same way about the game state. So I'm not the only one. In fact, a lot of people feel this way. We love this game. We want it to be good. We simply hope that the day would finally come. Next expansion, maybe. I'm never gonna lose hope with Final Fantasy XIV. I will never lose hope. Never. Because deep down, this is a wonderful MMO. But they need to lock in. Stop being too predictable. Make an awesome story. Make awesome content that people want to come back to and play over and over and over. You're a live service game. You got to do your job well when it comes to live servicing. Okay? And I feel like it is a fan's right to complain about something that isn't perfect. And they want it to be perfect. It's a fan's right. And that's what I'm doing today. Alright? And it's your right too. We all want to see this game succeed. We all want it to be better. And that's all I have to say. For you guys over at YouTube, I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Alright? Here's to FF14 with a great future ahead. Surely. Alright. Sweet.